Hello everybody, video here for you today. This is the Retro No Cap Recap. The Curse of Oak Island, Season 8, Episode 13, called Fellowship of the Ringbolt. Originally aired February 9th, 2021. If you missed any of my recaps of previous and future episodes, there's a link to my Oak Island playlist in the upper right. Let's get into it. Previously on the Curse of Oak Island, people have been looking for an incredible treasure for 230 years. Rick Lagina shows Tom Nolan the progress in the swamp. The archaeologists are in the process of hand excavating two recent finds that had been hidden under several feet of water and several feet of muck. Tom's father, Fred, spent over 50 years investigating the island, spending a lot of his time in the swamp, because he thought that it held the key to solving the mystery. Due to Fred Nolan's finds, he developed the theory that the swamp was originally open water, and then was later filled in to hide man-made workings. Tom says his father would have loved to see these structures. Unfortunately, none of the previous searchers had the budget nor the technology that the Lagina team is employing now. Archaeologist Aaron Taylor tells Rick that something would have to be holding the stones up, so perhaps there is wood cribbing underneath it. Rick jumps down into a pit and uses his hands to pull away muck from the underside of the road, and first finds another layer of stones and then wood under that second layer. The wood is cut and is only under the road. Aaron says they will get carbon dating on the wood. They're also finding coal, which they say doesn't float, so would not have gotten where it is that way. During the previous season, Gary Metal detected an iron strap in the swamp that blacksmith Carmen Legg said was from a sailing ship. He Carmen dated it to the early 1700s and said it had been in a really hot and sustained fire. Narrator Robert Clotworthy explains the Fred Nolan theory while an animation plays showing a ship sailing between what was then two islands, then being burned and sunk. Dams built to the north and south and then filled in to create the swamp to hide the ship and any structures that were built. In the war room, Dr. Krista Brousseau, professor of chemistry at St. Mary's University, returns to the island via video conferencing to give her report on the square nail that was brought up from 95 feet below in a money pit drilling operation and location C9. The team believes C9 to be the location of the Tupper shaft, built by the Truro Company in 1850, 10 feet northwest of the original money pit shaft. Several groups of early searchers tried digging new shafts and then tunneling to try to avoid the flood tunnels, but none were successful, as water is undefeated on the island all the way to present day in 2025. Due to the amount of manganese on the nail, she dates it post 1840, which would mean it could be from an 1850 searcher shaft, if C9 is the Tupper shaft. 10 feet southeast of it is right at the northwest corner of the head and shaft rectangle, marked in red by me on a more recent grid map made by my pal Zig, and overlain on an image of the money pit area after all of the equipment left the island for the current off-season in the winter of late 2024 and early 2025. This one caisson was left in place for an unknown reason, but the best reason would be that it's the original money pit location. Back to Season 8, Episode 13, the team has begun CD 8.5, which is 2.5 feet west of the previous borehole in an effort to confirm that the area is the Tupper shaft. The core sample from 24 feet down is already wood, so it very well could be the south wall of the Tupper shaft. 2 months prior, Gary metal detected this part of a lock on lot 13 near the eastern edge of the swamp. Doug and Scott took it to Carmen, who says it's for a box or trunk that would need to be very secure as it is double bolted. Also, it's higher end, so it wouldn't be on a trunk for traveling, for example. Curiously, no Carmen dating is given. 2 weeks prior, Gary metal detected this gold-colored knob in the swamp, and Mr. Clotworthy wonders if the two items could be related. Investigating the stone path in the swamp, Dr. Spooner finds a bunch of small pieces of wood he says were chipped away by an axe. Billy takes another bucket full of muck away and reveals layers of hand-cut wood. Dr. Spooner says it's all for a foundation for the stones on top. He will get carbon dating on it. Gary metal detects the spoils and finds this lock. Due to the recent finds in and near the swamp, the team has asked Laird to investigate the Samuel Ball foundations on Lot 25. Born to slaves on a plantation in South Carolina in 1765, Ball escaped to the north when he was 11 years old and was freed as a result of his service to British forces during the American Revolution. At the end of the fighting, Ball went to Nova Scotia and bought Lot 25 on Oak Island for a reported £8. Thought to be just a cabbage farmer, he somehow became one of the wealthiest landowners in the province. He eventually bought a total of 36 acres on Oak Island, including the swamp, and even more on the mainland. The simplest explanation would be that he found treasure. The foundation is a protected Canadian heritage site, so Laird had to apply for a special permit to excavate. Archaeologist Liz Michaels has found a piece of red ware pottery that Laird dates to the late early 1800s. She says there is a wide assortment of different pottery, so they know he had quite a few pieces. Laird says the variety is unusual and that some of it are types that he had never seen previously. Although most accounts credit Daniel McGinnis, Anthony Vaughan, and John Smith with finding and being the first money pit excavators, an 1870 publication called The History of the County of Lunenburg reads that it was Samuel Ball instead of Vaughan. During the prior season, the team found a drainage system or a small tunnel just outside of the foundation. They put a camera in it, but it was blocked by a large stone. Laird will try to intersect the other side of it with a new test pit. In the swamp, Gary finds this, which he can only guess is a bracelet or a handle. And then on the path itself, he finds a ring bolt. Fred Nolan found 3 large boulders with ring bolts in them and theorized that they were used to anchor a treasure galleon on what is now the eastern edge of the swamp. Laird says he has no problem dating that ring bolt to the 1700s. They will have Carmen Legg take a look at it, but first Rick will show it to Tom Nolan because he saw the ones his father found. I'll be continuing retro no-cap recaps of Season 8 while also recapping the new Season 12 episodes late Tuesday nights as they air. All the other episodes are in my Oak Island playlist already. I'm also doing retro no-cap recaps of Seasons 2 through 4 of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch as I have time. Seasons 1 and 5 and the first 5 episodes of Season 2 are all done and are in that Skinwalker Ranch playlist. Secret of Skinwalker Ranch will return with new episodes on Season 6 in June. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Sempre avanti.